Welcome back to Real Legends Podcast. I'm your host, Bo.
I'm Dan.
And tonight, we just got out of the theater seeing Disclosure Day.
I always complain that movies are always like, how do you say this? Like repeats, like literally walking through the theater. It's like Toy Story 5 is out, another Minions movie, another Star Wars remake. It's like there's so many like IPs that have just been like drained for all they're worth.
Yeah.
So even though I wouldn't say this is like a favorite movie or a classic in my head, I still enjoyed watching it because it was just very new.
Yeah.
And every scene I was like, I don't know what's about to happen. I have literally no clue what's going to happen. The whole time I was like, what is next?
I don't really feel like I had a great, enjoyable experience. It was just like an okay experience.
Yeah.
So we're going to just get into our thoughts. If you haven't seen the movie, we're going to spoil it. So here we go. What did you like, love, and hate?
I think again, it's going to go back to a very similar thing I said before. I loved the newness. I was very curious throughout the movie. I think for the first like 30 minutes, you're really like, you don't know what's going on. And so you're constantly like wondering like, how's this going to end? How's this going to end? How's this going to end? And I don't think that I think they nail the setup. Like it's a very cool universe that they're creating. It's a very interesting idea that like, I was hooked at the beginning. I was very intrigued, but I don't think that they stick the landing. I think that the landing of like, oh, these aliens are actually like teaching us to be empathetic, like,
yeah,
and give us like a math brain. I don't know. It was
motorcycles.
It was like, I think Spielberg is a very talented director, and he definitely like has a lot of interesting ideas. But this movie felt like it was, I don't know, just like too many ideas into too long of a movie. Mm-hmm. And there was also like it felt long, but also sometimes it felt like not really well explained. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like from what you're saying, it just reminds me of what Quentin Tarantino said, which is, I want to stop making movies before I start making bad movies. Yeah. And I feel like I haven't seen a Steven Spielberg movie in a long time that I loved.
What other movies has he made?
Now, respect to Steven Spielberg, I love a lot of his movies, but I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I've loved a movie of his since Catch Me If You Can. So
did he do that movie?
Yeah,
that's a great movie.
Yeah, great movie.
He's 79.
Yeah, he's getting
so
up there.
Old.
And yeah, this movie, I just want to hit on a couple things, and I want to get your thoughts, Dan, on what you think about it. Like, one, the whole premise of like, would humans freak out if aliens were revealed?
Yeah.
And then this girl, who's the girlfriend of one of the protagonists, or maybe the protagonist, is like, you don't deserve to tell anyone because they won't be able to handle it. And how would you know that they could handle it? And it's like, your argument is so flawed because you're saying you're right, that they can't handle it and that he shouldn't do it. So it's like, why is your argument any different than his, that he shouldn't do it? Yeah. And then she tries to use that logic against him, what I just said. Like, you can't know they can handle it, so you can't tell them. It's like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me to say, you're wrong because you don't know the outcome, but I'm right because I don't know the outcome. Yeah, I don't know the outcome.
You can see from her perspective though, like coming from the monastery where like her faith in God was shaken by something that was small. We didn't really get into that, and so she has a lot of fear that people will lose their faith. And so I get where she's coming from, but yeah, she is wrong, obviously.
Yeah, I get where she's coming from too. I wonder how many people actually exist like that, because I don't feel that way at all.
I don't either.
If you have an alien started walking down the street, I wouldn't be like, well, I guess God doesn't exist.
I'd be like, dang, AI is getting really good.
Dude, is that guy going to Star Wars Con or what's going on?
That's actually at the final scene where they're like playing all the clips of all the aliens and like the torturing and whatever. The whole time I was just like, there's no shot anyone would see this and think, oh, that's real. Everyone would be like, that's AI. That's AI. 100% that's AI.
Yeah. There's another thing about this that feels like, I don't know if it's directly Spielberg-y, but it's like kind of almost like B-movie 2000 movies to it, where not that B-movie.
Okay,
like,
I'm ready to see
like
how you
A-class movies and B-class movies, where B
just
like introducing like the whole, how it started with the wrestling scene and introducing the guy and just the agents of this mysterious government thing, like.
Well, they're not even a government agency.
Well, yeah, whatever, private agency.
Yeah, but clearly they act as if they are.
Right, and it just feels like, okay, yeah, this worked like when you had the FBI and ET and they come to the kid's house. But like, I don't know if it's just the repetition of like we've seen this so many times, but right off the rip, none of that worked for me. The wrestling setup, I didn't like his intro at all. I thought when it started with the girl, I'm trying to think of the actress's name.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. How can I forget?
I don't know how you could forget that.
I thought her. I wish it would have started with her, because I thought her introduction was way more interesting and way less like campy or like.
I actually totally agree.
Cheesy, and yeah. So right off the rip, I was like, okay, I just gotta put it aside. It's not like just. Give it a chance. But I really just couldn't get into the movie. The whole time I just kept like thinking about how like, this is just kind of checking the marks. Like we got the government agency, we got the car chase, we got the girlfriend, we got the
funny,
comedy relief boyfriend that doesn't understand Emily Blunt.
Oh yeah,
and
that guy,
she's way out of his league.
That guy is a moron. Also, that guy.
If I was in a car with Emily Blunt, do anything you say, honey.
His whole character annoyed me, but I understood that was like his purpose, whatever. I thought that the scene where where he first comes out of the wrestling match and they're like surrounding him and he holds that little like
device,
thing.
Yeah.
Now that we know what the device does, who freaking...
I don't know what it does.
Well, we know that it does... That's actually fair. Is it just like it does whatever you say?
It gives you powers.
Because you can also like turn into somebody and then like come out of their body and talk to them.
Yeah.
But also like the cross repels it somehow, which is interesting.
I don't know. I think it was her stabbing her hand to make her like get back into reality.
With Jesus. Never mind. I hate the movie.
I think she was trying to. Like she thought she got possessed and was like praying to God.
Yeah.
But
like it was very weird. And so like when he was holding it out, I was like, yo, is this thing gonna be like a nuke? Like what is this gonna be? And then it's just kind of like a whatever you want kind of stone, which was interesting. And it like doesn't really explain that very well. And then also I just think like the aliens in general, if I'm gonna watch an alien movie, I'm sorry, I want to watch aliens blowing things up and killing humans and probing them, giving them little colonoscopies.
And humans killing aliens, right?
And I want
I've seen too many Halo campaign evolved trailers,
exactly.
But I just want to kill some aliens.
Dude, I want to see a freaking elite come out and I get to blast it with my power rod or whatever the fetch that thing was.
Oh man.
Like, I don't know, like it was setting it up for like the aliens, I don't know, it set it up at first as like this kind of like trans, like, how would you even say it?
Transcendent?
Like, transcendent, like godlike abilities, and it was like, I don't know what I'm expecting here, but then like it introduces the aliens. I'm like, okay, cool, so we're gonna fight or see some aliens, and then like the idea that we just needed to be like nice to each other, and I don't know. It's just this is kind of
I guess I don't understand if there was any purpose at all. Like,
he said empathy and mathematics.
Right.
Those are like the two abilities that were given to humanity.
But then we get to the end, the climax, and the reveal of the aliens, and it's like, what is this all for? Is this all like... And is this kind of like an Arrival thing where it's to prevent humans from killing each other? Because Arrival did it way better.
Way better. And I'm not even a huge fan of Arrival, and I think Arrival did it way better.
Yeah. So, not a big fan of that. I didn't understand why the alien at the end was 3 times bigger than all the other aliens they showed.
He was a giga alien. I don't know, and his head was fetching huge like a balloon.
If these things are so intelligent, why the hell do they keep crashing into Earth? Like, there's another crash site. 1965.
Another one. And then
1963.
This guy's like
1954.
Scooping up a little alien with a shovel. It's like, dude, these things created massive spaceships and they just like turn into worms when they get here? Maybe it's the gravity or whatever. I don't know.
Well, if you're gonna do that, give some reasoning for it, right? Like, you're gonna show 100 alien crashes, be like, well, why did they keep crashing?
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of leads to just like the mystery of like, oh yeah, aliens are real. but it doesn't ever talk about like, well, can humans handle it? Did it positively or negatively impact the human race? Like, how did the powers of these two humans were endowed with, how did it help or not help the human race? And what did they do with it?
Yeah.
Like, I think it made more questions than answers, even though it had a lot of questions that were supposed to be the tension of like, humans aren't ready. They can't know this. And the other people are like, knowledge and the honest truth is what people deserve to know, and they get to decide what to do with it.
I agree. I would rather watch a movie, I would rather watch that movie where like you're kind of introduced to the ideas early that these two people have been endowed by these aliens with these cool abilities, and then it's like a quest or like a kind of a question of, will humans accept these abilities? How are these abilities used? That would have been cooler. But instead it was like the whole movie was leading up to the end where it's like, aliens exist, and then it just ends and you're like, what? Okay. So what?
Yeah. And especially too when you're a protagonist, I hate when a protagonist is fighting against the hero, the antagonist. I hate an antagonist that's fighting against the protagonist the whole time. Yeah. And at the very end, at the climax, he's just like, okay, just let him do it.
Well, I guess I lost.
And like,
whatever.
Like I guess you can do that. I'm not a big of that kind of antagonist. I guess you can do that if you have a really good reason why. Like, if like Emily Blunt had like kind of talked to him in his mind and said like, oh, I know what you're thinking and feeling, and like persuaded him or like calmed him or something. But it's just like, nope, we killed the generator. We killed the backup generator. And now they can't release the information. And then they get power again. And he's like, oh well. I'm done trying.
I agree. It's when he sat down, it was like, I was like, I'm with the guy who's yelling at you to get off your butt and do something. Why am I with him? Also, it's funny because like, I thought the movie was okay, but by the end I was pretty ready to be done with it.
Yeah.
The scene where like they're like, the guy hops the fence, I'm like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. I was like on the side of the antagonist because they were the only ones doing cool things. They're putting little bombs on like the power things, and you're like,
let's go, get the bombs.
Exactly. I'm like, wait, I should not feel this.
This guy's been waiting all movie to do something useful. Exactly. I'm planting that bomb, I'm jumping this fence. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, the fence jump looks sick. He just throws himself up. Let's go, come on.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I didn't really enjoy myself that much.
Yeah, I think that it has a lot of interesting ideas. I think the idea of like being able to look into someone's eyes and instantly feel connected to them and know their whole story is actually pretty cool. Yeah. I also think the idea of being able to look at math and be able to like see it as words is also an interesting idea. I think that aliens coming to Earth and giving humans abilities is also interesting. I think a quasi-government organization that knows about aliens and is developing technology from it is also cool. I think a lot of the ideas were really cool, but I think that they shoved it into like a PB&J and a chicken sandwich are great on their own. But if I made a peanut butter jelly chicken sandwich with pickles on it, I don't know if I'd like it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed pretty cheesy to me. Pretty on the nose. A lot of the things I just kind of were expecting, like when I knew that they were going to power up the building with the thing that the girlfriend had, was going to get it to Emily Blunt, and then I kind of predicted the antagonist, like he's just going to give up at the end and just be like, fine.
You saw that coming?
Yeah.
Dang.
It's like, well, what else is going to happen? They don't have any way to fight this guy, or like, it was either going to be the way I was hoping was going to be like, well, they're going to convince him and like
I also
get his backstory, and we're going to understand him better, and we're going to like, hey, look, I know you've had loss or you had this or that, but this is the best thing for the human race.
I also thought it was hilarious that like at the end when he's like, we gotta, like, he just walks in and like all she has to do is say something meaningful to somebody, and they're just like, okay, whatever you say. Like, no news organization would let some random guy with a backpack full of these random USBs show up and just start downloading all this stuff onto the, I don't care, like,
I didn't know if that was supposed to mean, I didn't know if that was supposed to mean like their powers now are like they can just convince anyone of anything. But I don't know. The movie doesn't really show us that, so
no, it doesn't.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Who the fetch knows?
Who knows?
What even happened? What did we just watch? Dude, the amount of scenes of a character going just like looking off in the distance, distressed and breathing was, gosh, it was like 10 full minutes of that.
I thought that might have got to you, yeah.
It was very obnoxious. Did you actually
Since
think
you couldn't handle Dunkirk, I thought that might be bothering you.
I like this movie more than I liked Dunkirk. Though.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, you got to go revisit Dunkirk.
I really did.
Yeah, that's wild. I would rather watch Dunkirk 20 times
I'd
than
rather
ever
watch
sit
this
through
movie
this
again
movie
because I think maybe I missed something.
I'm not trying to be a downer. I just feel like
No, it didn't work for you. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
if a movie
fine.
doesn't work for me, I have my reasons why, and
You have bad
wasn't
taste.
that
It's
fun.
not a big deal.
yeah, who knows about my taste?
We are
But
not
I
like
will
that
say,
nerd who said
I
10
would
out of
walk
10.
back in that theater, and you could replay Dunkirk 10 times, and I would sit there before I would watch that one more time.
Wow.
When it was getting close to ending, I was like, I will never watch this movie again. But Steven,
Yeah.
thank you for your contributions to cinema.
Maybe I shouldn't say that I liked this more than Dunkirk, but I felt more engaged in this just because it was all very unique and new, and I felt like maybe I was like missing something. Whereas Dunkirk, I don't know.
See again, like, and I don't want to hit the nail too many times with the hammer, but like the whole feel of it, where I was trying to describe, where it feels like early 2000s, like B movie. Like I just can't stand that. Like Ready Player One kind of has that same feel. His other movie that he's done. It's just like a movie where it's just like you don't. Like I was watching some of Dune today at the gym, and because they have like a theater room where you can do like watching and exercising, and like that's the kind of movie because of the quality and like the immersion and you just kind of get sucked in and you kind of forget you're watching a movie. This time, the whole time, I'm like, this is a movie, and I'm trying to get sucked in, but it just doesn't have that A quality to it. And Steven Spielberg lovers are probably going to hate me for saying that, but it just doesn't.
Yeah. I don't really have that much of an opinion on old Steven. I just looked up some of his movies, and
Well,
he's got
some
Jaws,
bangers.
Schindler's
Indiana
List.
Jones.
I'm like, wow, those are amazing.
Yeah.
But again, these are movies that are 20, 30 years old.
Right.
You're kind of at the point where like you were really good, but again, I'll say this and then this will be my final thought. Peanut butter and jelly, chicken sandwich, barbecue ribs, right? They're all different, or I should say like cereal and milk. They're all different and good on their own, but I think you need to pick one and stick with that. Because I think when you mesh it all together, you kind of are forced to do like cheesy, lame endings and like cheesy sequences because it's just like there's just too much here. If you could simplify it, streamline it, and make it into like one specific thing, I think I would have really liked the movie. But at the end of the day, I turned to you and like the movie ended and maybe a third of the audience was like clapping.
Yeah.
And I said, and the crowd goes mild. Because it really did feel just like, that was kind of a dud. What the heck?
My final words are, I think like this type of movie works maybe for 10-year-olds, but for me it just doesn't work. Like you compare this to something like Dunkirk.
I don't think
despite the storytelling element. Sure. 12, I don't know. But despite what you don't like about Dunkirk as far as a storytelling movie, and I'm just using this because I brought it up earlier. Like Dunkirk's a movie where like the visual of it and the quality, I just get sucked in. Whereas this, I'm just like, it's like watching a soap opera on TV. It's like, I'm just watching a bunch of people talk on a screen.
Yeah, that scene, the train scene too, looked like really lame.
There was a lot of CGI that looked lame. Like the girl walking through the snow. It's like, why didn't you just get a real girl in some fake snow and have her walk through it? Like, that looks terrible.
I agree.
And it's like, you did Jurassic Park, and it looked more real than this, and we're in 2026. I don't get it. Whatever. But I'm not gonna rant. Let's just grade this out with our initial grade. Obviously, I mean, this is an iconic film that we're looking back retrospectively, but let's just give our grade. I'll go first if you want.
Go ahead.
I'm only gonna give this a 7 because
a 7?
I don't think. Yeah.
I thought you'd go way lower. Are you serious? Dude, a 5 is average.
No, a 5 is terrible.
Is a 5 terrible?
Yeah.
I've always said a 5 is average.
2.5? If your movie is 2.5, dang, you got like 2.5 stars out of 5, like a 5? No.
Wow, I think maybe my grading
like
skills...
that's a F. on a grading
I think
scale.
maybe my grading scales went off because I always give 5s as average.
If you had a 50% in a class,
Because if you look at a girl,
50% in a class,
if you look at a girl and you say she's a
No.
5,
okay, we're going off the woman scale. I wouldn't date a 5.
I wouldn't either. But you could at least say she's a 5. That's not ugly. That's just like average.
Yeah, I guess. You know what? Take it all back. This movie's a 5.
There we go. That's what I thought.
No,
you gave it a
because-
7 after
no,
that whole rant. I
no.
can't do that.
You're right, though. 7 is too generous.
7 is
I was
way
going to
too
be generous because we guess we didn't really talk about the things I liked. I don't really know if there really is anything that I super liked. There was like a couple moments that were kind of funny and charming. But besides that, and I guess the premise or idea of like, should we disclose aliens to the world? I like that.
Yeah.
But besides that, I didn't really like a lot. So I'm going to go 6 on this. 6 out of 10.
That's what I was going to give it. It was a 6. So when you said 7, I was like, yo, I feel like I enjoyed it more
Well,
than
I was
you
thinking
did.
about other movies like The Aviator. I don't know.
That was
like
a full.
I
Yeah.
will say the quality and immersion of that movie way better.
Yeah.
But
That's saying something.
I suffered watching that movie.
Yeah. What I liked about this movie.
Now the gorge.
Dude, don't even start.
Go ahead. I know
Don't
what
even. The gorge, dude. It's got to make an appearance every freaking episode.
Yeah.
What I liked about this movie was Emily Blunt. She's so hot, dude. I can't lie. Every time she's on the screen, I'm like, dang, John Krasinski, you
I
scored.
said my piece.
She's
If
so
I was in the same car as you, I'd do anything you say, baby.
She's a hottie. But yeah, I think I've said enough. I don't recommend this movie.
Can't
I think you
recommend
should go see something else.
I'm pretty sure in 20 years, if I happen to revisit this, I would not give it a legend status. I would give it a letdown.
Yeah,
So
I would too.
there we go. That's our scores. Read them and weep. If you don't like it, go join the crashed aliens with getting their bodies scooped up by shovels.
Get shoveled by a freaking government worker.
Until next time, hopefully we'll see you at the cinema. If not, the concession stand.
Catch you on the flippity flop.